Welcome to Shank Exploration. Well, you're here because you got smelly baits. How are we going to fix those? So, it doesn't matter if you have brand new smelly silicone or old gross baits that are just sitting in the tackle box gaining nasty smells. Whether we're talking about lake trout, perch, walleye, pike, bass, majority of these fish hunt by smell. And of course, you do get aggression strikes. But you know what? If they smell something that's off on your hook, you're going to catch less and have more fish avoid that hook. So you want something that is deodorized and has no smell, or there's going to be a bonus in this video of adding attractants into our lures. So everything we're going to be using tonight to deodorize our hooks is going to be stuff right in our kitchen. Majority of you will have it. The first thing, we're going to need vinegar. And yes, I know vinegar is strong and has its own smell, but don't worry. We're going to use this to get rid of our smell, and then we're going to use something even more natural to get rid of that vinegar smell. And then if you want to add an attractant, we're also going to add that too. We're going to do everything in one video so you can catch more fish. We only need 3 things for this. We need your plain household vinegar, water. Now, with the water, I'm using filtered water. I run off a well. I got pretty hard water, so we have a special system for drinking water. So I'm using that just so then you don't have any chlorine or anything else, especially in the city. You might want to pick up some water, but I'm using filtered water. And then we just need a container. So it's pretty simple as long as you got a little bit of time. It doesn't take long. We just need them to sit. So right on your bottle, right here, it says 2 cups of water into a clean spray bottle to half cup of vinegar. So my rule when I'm mixing is I honestly do a 70-30. 70% water, 30% vinegar, and it's always worked very well for me. So I'm going to use my fancy little water bottle. Dump that in there. Now it is just a tiny water bottle, but we don't need this super full. Then we're going to add our vinegar. There we go. So approximately a 70-30. Going to mix it around a little. Gotta love the smell of vinegar. So I got some brand new hooks that I've made. Got quite a few of them, and they smell like silicone really bad. So we're literally just going to toss them in there. I'm going to toss them in there to soak. We're going to close up the container. This way we're not losing anything. And we're going to come back in 24 hours. Boom! Just like that. 24 hours later. So we're going to check on these, see how they're doing. Now, you don't have to wait the full 24 hours, but for me, it just works better by the time I get home from work and everything else. And I can get the kids to bed, come up here, and work on my fishing stuff. So we have a nice soaked tattletale. Yep. Now it smells like vinegar. So there's a few ways we can descent this even further. Number 1, which I like doing, we're going to hang it in the sun. By hanging it in the sun, it's going to do 2 things. A, it's going to dry it out. And B, the sun acts as a natural desensor. So we're going to hang this in the sun for 24 hours. Come back when it's totally dry. There's going to be no smell left. Or you can just leave it out and let it air dry. Personally prefer leave it on the sun. Now, you don't want to leave it too long. If you know you're going to be gone for a while, you're going to forget about it, don't leave it on the sun. Up here in Canada right now, with it being winter, we're honestly only getting maybe 10 hours of light, 8 to 10 hours of sunlight. But we're going to leave these out. We're going to go hang them up. And we're going to come back and see how they've done. So we're going to hang them in this window. Well, it's time to check on some lures. So let's see how they've done. They've been sitting out in the sun, enjoying what sunlight we can get. As you can see, just hung them up. And there we go. No more smell. So I touch them as little as possible now. We're just going to take one over for now. We'll come back for the rest. So now you can just put that in your tackle box and you don't have to worry about any smells. Or we can add an attractant. So that's what we're going to do next. I personally make my own attractants, and you can buy them. Go to Canadian Tire, Cabela's, anywhere that sells bait. You can get Berkeley. You can get so many different ones for walleye, perch, pike, trout. There's so many different ones out there. It's crazy. But what I like to do is, hard baits, this will not work because hard baits won't absorb. But if you're dealing with any sort of paddle tail or soft bait, this works great. So what I like to do is take my soft bait, cover it up, kind of massage some of it into there, get it nice and soaked. Now it smells like my attractant. So for this, I'm just going to use some little cups so the wife stops giving me crap for stealing her containers. And we're just going to cover that hook right up. Now, I'm going to put a cover over it and just let it soak. And then we'll take off the excess and put it in my soft baits that have attractants. Now, with attractants, you do have to be careful because some lakes don't allow attractants where other lakes do. So I like to keep them separate in my tackle box so you don't get in trouble. Or what you can do, instead of leaving it soak and then clean it, if you want it nice and goopy at all times, just throw it in a little Ziploc bag in with your tackle. And then this way it's pre-covered. You hook her on, tie her up, and throw her out in the water. So that's one option. Or your second option is, when you're out there, just throw some on. And there you go. This way also, the nice part about always putting a little extra on when you're out there is after you've touched it with your oily hands and everything, it's going to mask your smell that you have on you. So then the fishes don't smell that. But there's my little tip of the day. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more.